Hi, my name is Tim Hindes. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Metrics. 6 years ago, we started Metrics with two things in mind. How can we help carriers better understand their drivers, and how can we improve the lives of America's truck drivers? Today, I'm excited to tell you a little bit about an upcoming workshop we'll be participating in. I'll be heading out to Nashville February 21st to 23rd for the Recruiting and Retention Conference. The title of the presentation I'll be giving is Skipping the Early Turnover Exit. And the reason for that title is over the last 18 months or so, our focus when speaking with carriers has really been about understanding when that turnover happens. And for most carriers, it happens right there at the beginning, the first 90 days, the next 90 days after that. Our research shows that 70% of the turnover happens in the first 12 months. So what does that mean? That means that you basically take an orientation class of 10, you're looking out at that class, you're only going to have 3 of those drivers most likely with you in a year. That's a big problem. How do we help you reduce that? And what if instead of saving just 3 drivers out of the 10, you could save 4? What if you could save 5? What if you could save 6? So it's all about focusing on that early turnover and strategies and what can be done with that. You know, what are some of the key factors? The biggest factor that we see, and we've seen it for 5 years, is something that was defined as broken recruiting promises. Broken recruiting promises, as we dissected it and did more research on it, really becomes what's known in the IO Psych world is unmet and undefined expectations. And we're going to work with the group and really explain that. How does that work in the mind of the driver? How does that work in the mind of the recruiter? And what's the intention of both during that conversation? Who should attend this? We'd love to see senior level executives, recruiting managers there. Our intention is to educate the audience as best we can as to what's going on with this early turnover, but not only what's going on, but give the participants strategies that they can take home and put into play. So why attend this conference? Why learn more? Why send your team to this conference? Why have your senior level executive attend this conference? Because we know that carriers that can be effective at making changes and improving the early driver experience have significantly better retention than their peers. We're going to show that. We're going to show some case studies during the presentation. But specifically, if you look at our carrier base as a whole, the last quarter that was reported turnover for the ATA, there was a report of 16% increase in turnover. Our carriers experienced a 3% increase. And that's not just simply because they're Metrics carriers. That's because a high percentage of those carriers are working very diligently to improve that early driver experience and understand it. If you're coming to Nashville, hope to see you at the presentation. Stop by the booth, say hello.